Hello everyone. Today I thought I'll do a quick tune-up of my specialized Allez. So usually after 100 km of riding, I usually try to do this. The reason is again, it has gone to a state where I can feel the sand particles here, so it's not ideal. So typically I do it every 100 km. Again, I use these ceramic wax, so even for at least they say for 2-3 rides you can use this, then need to clean up. So again, I have my trusty park tool cyclone, so I have already filled it with the degreaser. So I thought I'll give a quick tune up or service, whatever you want to call it. So enjoy. Okay, to start off with, just put this over here, and it's not the right way around. Okay, just lock this in place. Okay, let's just slowly let all the oil. It's like a therapy for the bicycle, I guess. A therapy for me, clean for the bicycle, I don't know. But so once I start to see that slowly, you can see already the grit has reduced, the sandy grit. It's already going in here. So I know many people try to remove the chain and do it, but I have tried that, but I don't have a cleaning machine or anything. I feel this has worked for me. Again, because I'm using this ceramic lube, I don't feel a need that I need to remove the chain and do it. I try to do it as thorough as possible on the bike itself. So again, this is just my process. You can do it your way, of course. So now typically what I do is I just leave this in, let the degreaser work. In the meantime, what I usually do is I take a wet cloth and just wipe the frame and the front wheel. I do the rear wheel later, just so that in any oil spill is there, I can do it later, so that by the time this actually loosens up the grease, everything, I can finish my body cleanup and come back. Okay, so moving to second part, you may not be able to see, but it's already dusty because of the ride. I'll clean up my fingers, so you can already see it's a bit dusty from the ride. So I take a wet cloth, clean cloth, washcloth, and just wipe the dust away. Again, if you don't want to, I mean, if you want to be lazy like me, you can do it. But again, whether you really need a wash, you can take a call on that, because I am usually just dust and not mud. I usually don't try to, clean or wash with water, if you may ask that. You clean the crank as well. Again, I'm not trying to press too hard. I don't want to put in any scratches. So just the bottle cage, a quick handlebar wipe as well, and the shifters. Okay, this as well, and the pedal wipe. All the finishing touches will be where once okay, usually can do this later as well, but just touching up this part. Then this may be out of the frame, but I'm just wiping the seat as well. Now front wheel, something's poking me. Okay, let's clean the front wheel for all those aero gains. Spokes are next. And the hubs, just the disc brake calipers to keep it shiny. Usually what I do is put it here so that this part is cleaned as well. Just give second wipe on those handlebars. This is where all the sweat salts will be there. Okay, quick one, done. So we'll just wipe the frame with the wet cloth. So I'm just doing the second round because I just gave it some time to settle down. Just hold it here. You can feel it's a bit smooth already. All those degreaser are going in, making its work easier, I guess. Okay, so we had 2 rounds of degreasing already, and I can already see the dirt collecting there. I'll give it a one last whirl. Okay. Let's stop the wheel. Okay, so typically what I do, I use this a bit of degreaser, try to apply a bit on the cassettes as well. Again, this is the main engine room, you can say, so take your time here and no need to do it in too much of a hurry. And it's always good to do a bit more intense cleanup every now and then, but for now this should do. I'm just putting it on the jockey wheels here, upper and lower jockey wheels. You can see already it's getting sprayed, which is fine. I still not cleaned that rear wheel. That's the reason I usually don't do the rear wheel till it comes to it. I also typically do apply some degreaser on the front chainring as well, just to loosen up everything on there. Nothing on the bottom bracket. Don't want to put degreaser there, but a quick way to do it would be this way, I think. So I have a trusty cloth for this, so since the degreaser is already doing its job, first start with the cassette. It's not much dust here or anything. Let me zoom in a bit. Already you can see the shine coming through the chain. Yeah, it's cleaning up pretty well. Let's do the same for jockey wheels. Try to clean up the best. The rear jockey wheels. Do it 3 more rounds. You can already see the shine coming back on the chain there. Yeah. So yeah, that should do. Again, the reason is because I use the ceramic grease, don't have much cleaning to do. That's one more advantage I feel in ceramic. Okay, let me do it. So again, many people might be using just a normal cloth. I recommend these muck off. The reason is it has this, I mean any cloth is fine, but these kind of bristles, it actually helps to get in here. So try to use this to get in a bit better. And it's pretty thick, so actually can go in the cassette corners as well, a lot better than the typical cloth. It's softer than typical cloth, so it's expensive, but I feel this clothes are worth. It's already been 2-3 years and it still looks good. So I mean, if you still want to buy it, it's a good buy, I should say. It's a good buy. Clean up here as well. The cassette is clean. The cage, the electronics is clean as well. So let's think the back end is pretty decent. We'll let it dry, come back again. We'll go to the front end now. Okay, so we have moved to the front end now. Again, as you know, I brushed all these with degrease. It's coming off. So I typically start off here, outside, get it all out, clean these chains as well. Give it a good wipe. Again, I'm using a wet cloth here. Haven't dried anything or trying to dry anything. I won't use this on the body, of course, but just to remove these oils, I use it on the rear wheel. Just to remove these oils. Yeah. It looks good. So quick one here, it's cleaned as well. We shifted to the upper ring now, so it gives us an opportunity to clean up fully the lower ring or the small ring, whatever you want to call it. Is anybody getting annoyed with this hub noise? Not me. Love this. Getting annoyed? Mute it. I can't help it. Okay. Now that looks good, right? The chain is already looking brand new, shiny. It's pretty nice. Again, nothing much was there, mainly on the chain it was there. You can see now chain is fully clean. Hands still see some black, but again that's because I'm using a wet cloth and not a tissue. I will move to the tissue now. So now we will grab a tissue, just run this over, back or front, whichever way you want to, just to remove everything, because now the degreaser already, the reason I used wet cloth is just like give it a bit more moisture so that it can remove the degreaser as well, because we need to remove the degreaser before we apply the oil. Everything looks good here. I'll just give it a quick clean up on the cassette just to dry it up. Looks okay. Some black are there, which is fine, unless there is no grit, right? It's fine. Okay, so I have the next round of putting in ceramic wax protectant. So when you do this, just remember to at the end, usually keep the disc brakes at the end. You can use this disc brake cleaner to at the end to clean up the disc brake, because this will ensure, try to not put this on the disc brake, but if you do, That's why I usually keep the disc brake part at the end. So again, this just needs a bit of shape. So you can see showroom sprayed on. It looked like a bit of a snow, but it does the job really well. I'll apply it on the front wheel as well. Same for the other side. Should be enough. Once the air hits here, so you need to be, this part needs to be kept clean. Again, I have read that it's safe to put it on the carbon fiber as well. This is an alloy frame, in case I forgot to mention. So there is carbon wheel, carbon forks, so they have told it's safe to apply there. So we'll just let it settle down a bit, and actually we can put it to the rear wheel as well. Just that we are here, since we are here. Snowman. Again, try to do it in a ventilated area. I've let this sit for about 5 minutes, and I think it's a good time. All you need, there is no wiping, much of wiping required. You just need to remove the ceramic layer. Well, wipe the spray, leave the ceramic layer on the bike, not too hard. You can already see the shine coming through there. This also works well. This immediately after wash you can use this if you are in a hurry, but for the showroom shine, as the name suggests, I think this has worked very well for me, so I recommend this. On the back side we have applied the coating, as you know, so it's time to wipe this off. This is the last bit now. So this is fully dry cloth, starting to use. You see the shine coming through, right? Some more spray here, I'll fill that up. Okay, so round 3 we are using a dry cloth. Till then I already left this to the chain, everything to dry out a bit as well. Again, when you started this off you may think it's small amount of work, but you know, try to make it look pretty as much as possible. So yes, here we can say, well, we have applied the ceramic. The last part remaining is the discs. We need to clean it up, so I'll just put the bike the other way around and we'll clean up the disc brakes. So usually I just do a spray here, followed by spray on the discs themselves. So as you know, the ceramic coating we apply had sprayed on the discs as well. Make sure it's thoroughly cleaned up, both sides maybe. Yeah. Brakes are very important. So if you have those disc brake covers to put on, that would be ideal. I was using shower caps, but I couldn't find them today for some reason. I'm making sure it's cleaned up thoroughly before I take them out, test them. So we have moved to the front, do the same, have a clean tissue, make sure that this one, use a nice disc brake cleaner. Need to ensure everything comes off clean, so I try to rotate it, apply it on the back, apply it on the disc brake holes, everything, try to dry it out a bit. It's because there are some grease, so what I usually do, just use the same disc brake cleaner so that it dries out any remaining oil or grease. So it's just applying the wax. Of course, you need to shake it thoroughly so that the ceramic mixes up with the wax, becomes fully white. Only then you go ahead and apply it. So some bits and bobs to clean up. So I usually clean up this way before I take the bike out. Hopefully it was helpful, informative for some. Again, this is just a tune-up. Again, I would say the cleanup. The tune-up comes next. When I say the tune-up, I usually check all the shifting and just check the torque on each of the skewers, except that in case anything creaks or cracks on the bottom bracket, then only have a specific look at it. Hopefully this was helpful. Just the last part, I think I need to wait more to apply because it's still not completely dry. Once dry, I apply, leave it for an hour and then take it out for a ride. So hopefully this was helpful in some way. I'll try to post some more maintenance video if you're interested like this, just a quick roundabout maintenance before you head out, and some tools, even the cassette maintenance if you want to see. Again, this bike was also initially came with 105 mechanical. I have installed this also with fully electronic group set, so maybe one day when it comes to service I can show you that as well. The service costs are ridiculously expensive here, but I think it's worth if you're not mechanically sound to go and give it there, because disc brakes, anything, especially brakes, shifting, if they're not good, it will ruin your riding experience. So up to you, but I have around 4 or 5 bikes including kits, so that's the reason I have all the tools required, spray, ceramic wax, everything, so that I can do the service on my own at my convenience. Hopefully this was helpful. If you do like this content, please hit a like, subscribe, that really helps, and yeah, go out, ride and enjoy. Cheers.